Busy weekend. I know, Deb, for you, it is your oldest son, Griffin, is graduating from college.
I can't believe it. I honestly feel like it was just a year and a half ago maybe, that I got all emotional about him
Going off to college.
Because I don't think I was ready at that time. So here I am.
Going tomorrow. So what's going through your mind? I mean, you start thinking back about this and that. And,
Probably shouldn't have asked that.
well, I mean, you do, because I know when my son graduated, you sit there and you watch him, and you've worked so hard to get him to this point, and here they are. It's like kids, you come into the world, then you grow up. Would you stop it?
And you want that for them. I mean, I'm so excited for him. But I will say this. I've always been proud of Griffin, but goodness. I've always been proud of Griff. He went to Indiana State and has loved his experience there. He's met lifelong friends, and he just had a wonderful time. But when the apartment where he rents from, and he's been in the same apartment for a couple of years, but when the leasing agent calls me to say, I want you to know what a wonderful young man you have, I was like, oh gosh, I am doing something right. So I thought that was really sweet. I asked Griffin, I said, how often do you even see this lady? He was like, just every so often when I have to pick up a package or something. But she called to say that he was always a bright spot in her day. And I thought that's what every parent wants. You can get your diploma, and if it doesn't matter if you don't go to school, maybe you went and found a trade job. But when you hear stuff like that to me meant the world, because I know Griffin's a great kid. Anyways, I was already emotional before we went on the air because I was looking at some of the graduation photos. He had his cap and gown and went and had some photos taken on campus. And I was posting them on our Instagram and our Facebook page because I wanted to share those with our WFMS family who's listened to me cry on the air every time there's a milestone. And here I am again. But I will say, I love my job in radio, but motherhood has been my favorite job. I just absolutely have loved it. And so I'm excited to say that Griffin, after graduation, will later this month start his first job. And he signed the offer letter just a couple of months ago, but he's going to be in Fishers.
Well, that's good.
He's not going to be far. Actually, he's coming home for a little bit just to save a little money.
That's good, though.
But I'm excited that he's going to not go far. He's going to be here because our whole family is from this area.
Yeah, you have a special relationship with both your boys.
Yeah,
but I always looked at Griffin as you guys were kind of a lot alike in a lot of ways. I mean, you talk
Hayden's
about
a lot like Greg.
You talk about the conversations you guys would have late into the night.
Yes,
and you're trying to help him with his problems and get through life. And You've done a pretty darn good job.
Well, I think you're a great parent. Kevin's a great parent, grandparent, and so thank you very much. He's had two really good uncles to look up to. So thank you to everyone who has listened and supported. And I mean, there were people in our listening audience who knitted baby blankets for Griff. So
I remember those. I know, darn it, these kids, they come into the world and they go and grow up, and it ruins it up for all us parents. In a way, but it's going to be an emotional day tomorrow.
These are tears of pride.
Yes, but take it in tomorrow. I know when I went to Corbin's,
I will.
You just take it and you watch all these kids, and when you see them walk down that aisle and get that diploma in there, it's a special moment. It's not an end; it's a beginning.
Yeah, I don't think he's listening right now because he was out late last night. But he's done with classes. He turned his last final in a couple of days ago. But I'm excited to give him a framed. It's an article of Jimmy Allen. It was on USA Today, and Jimmy signed it to Griffin. What do you write? From one underdog to another, because he has that song Underdog. Right. And he was like, stay strong. And so I had it framed, and I'm really excited to give that to Griffin for his first apartment.
Well, I'm anxious to see some pictures of it.